Hey everybody, I am Stephanie with Orion's Belt Minis, and today I'm going to be doing a let's try video where I find a tutorial on YouTube that I really like and I want to try, and then I film myself trying it. We're going to be making cobblestone bases for my next Malifaux crew today, so if you're interested in seeing me attempt this, then let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, I have my base and I have my milliput. I use milliput rather than green stuff just because it's cheaper. I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed. So it's the same as with green stuff, you just take about equal parts of each. Actually, I think I took way too much. Let's do about half that. That's better. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed up. Ahead and get this on my base. I'm going to make just random shapes. I think I want 2 pieces of cobblestone on this base. Again, we're not going to be too particular. We want the shape to be pretty random. I'm going for a very run-down look. I'm going to put it on, and then I'll put the other one on. Let's try to make it look like it could have once been attached, but then maybe it broke off or something. Right there. Looks good to me. Then in the video, he says to push down the edges so that when we add the mud texture, we can kind of run it up along the sides and it'll look more seamless. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just push the sides down a bit. All right. I think with my tool, I might separate this a little bit because I do want some separation just there. Okay. I could probably mess with this all day and not be completely happy, but I'm just gonna leave it at that and move on to the next step. So the next thing that he does is he takes a pointy tool, which I do not have, and he makes little shapes in his green stuff to make the shape of cobblestones. I do have a roller. I might resort to using it because this is not looking so great, you guys. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna see it through. Okay. Let's just keep going. I need a big chunk right here, I think. Okay, that looks a little bit better. All right, so I'm gonna keep going through and making these shapes throughout the whole thing, and then I'll be right back. All right, I finished that. I ended up taking a little bit off here and a little bit more off in the center just to make more separation. So we have that. And the next thing he says to do is to take a rock, and we're gonna use the texture of the rock to press down and give it more of a rocky texture rather than a fingerprinty texture. This is already looking a lot better with that. I'm going to keep doing this. Make sure there are no visible fingerprints. Wow, this looks so much better after doing it. I was a little doubtful, I'm not going to lie, in the beginning there. Okay. I'm going to keep going on with this. It's looking a lot better. Okay. Then he says to go back and redefine all of the lines that you made with your tool. When you're doing this, I recommend actually using a sharp tool because this is really difficult with this basing tool. It's not what this is meant for, I don't think. And I am really struggling to make these lines defined. So I'm gonna go through, clean it up a bit, get these little speckles of dust and stuff off, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so the next thing that he does is he goes in with a Vallejo texture paint and he fills in the areas that are not cobblestone. I do not have Vallejo texture paint. You could also use Games Workshop texture paint or any other texture paint. I made my own using just regular sand. Oh my God, I think my dog's gonna throw up. Hold on. All right, he's good. Sorry. So I made my own using just regular hobby sand and this stuff. So this is just modeling paste. You just mix them together about 50-50, and then you're gonna get this. So this should give just about the same texture as any of the expensive textured paints. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. Again, this is gonna be primed and painted, so it doesn't matter that it's not the right color at this point. It's gonna get a little bit. And oh, I got sand everywhere, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that. Okay. Oh, that's too much. Hold on. All right. Well, I had deep regrets about leaving that little open space along the edge because that was really annoying to get in there. I'm gonna try to clean up the edges. Look, I just got my fingerprints on here. Okay, I'll have to fix that. Where's my rock? I'm gonna let this dry. I'll scrape off all of that along the rim, and then I'm going to prime it black, and then we'll get to painting this. All right, guys, I went ahead and primed it. It's all dry. I went ahead and also made a couple more just because I need them for my whole little squad that I'll be making. But we're just going to stick with this one for now. So the next part of the tutorial says you need to take a dark brown color. I'm just going to be using chocolate brown Vallejo. And he said do a heavy dry brush in all of the areas that are covered in dirt. And he also said do not worry about getting the color on other places. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go right in and do a heavy dry brush. Really more of a wet brush at this point.
On all of the parts that have dirt.
All right, I'm gonna go in with a lighter shade. This is Vallejo Flat Earth. We're doing a light dry brush over the areas we just painted to give that dirt some dimension. All right, so I did the light dry brush. I feel like it doesn't have quite the dimension that I want. So I am gonna go in with one shade even lighter, and yeah, I think I need a little bit more dimension. So I'm gonna go in with one shade lighter. All right, I couldn't really find the shade of brown that I was quite looking for, so I'm just going to mix some Army Painter skeleton bone in with the brown that I already have and hope that it gives us what we want. So I just mix it honestly right on the same thing, just like this, and I just make sure it gets evenly distributed into my brush. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Just rub it in, wipe most of it off. Hopefully this works. So oh yeah, that's better, much better. All right, I just mixed equal parts Wolf Gray by Army Painter, Pale Gray Blue by Vallejo, and Dark Stone also by Army Painter to get a color that was kind of similar-ish to the color that he made in the video. It's not quite the same, but that's okay. I'm okay with it being a little bit different. So next, all we are going to do is paint each cobblestone, trying to keep the lines defined. So I guess I'll just go through and do that. Oh wow, this color is way lighter than the color that he had. It did not look this light on my palette. Okay, I might have to go back and make it darker. All right, I have my new color. I'm gonna go in and repaint the part I just painted. Okay, that's better. It's still not quite the color that he had, but again, I'm okay with that. All right, guys, this next part is the part I've been nervous about since I watched the tutorial, and that is the light dry brushing of the actual cobblestones. And that is because the only brush I have that I use as a dry brush is this big one, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get the angles well enough. I definitely need a smaller dry brush, but I'm just going to try my best, and we're just going to see what happens. So I'm going to put some of this on here, and he emphasized that it needs to be a light dry brush. I still want to make sure I get all of the bristles evenly coated. All right. Oh God, okay. All right, okay. Okay, here we go. He said try to just do the edges. Okay, nothing's happening. Maybe celestial gray. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on because this cream color really isn't doing much for me. And let's see if this is better. I still have some of the cream color on my brush, which I'm okay with. Let's go in with this one and see what happens. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. I think his cobblestones, oh yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, it's happening. Okay guys, so it did start coming together a little bit better at the end. It definitely looks nothing like his, and I couldn't get just the edges, but I did manage to get a pretty good dry brush on there, and I think it looks okay. So next he uses Athonian Camo Shade. I think this is the only thing that he has used in the video that I actually have too, so I won't be making my own weird version of it. I actually have the same product he used, so maybe this step will go well. So I'm just gonna give it a little shake, pop her open, and then he says to put this on the downturn sides of the rocks as well as in between. So I don't really know what that means. The downturn side, I'm guessing that means just like the bottom half. Ooh, that looks kind of good. Interesting. That really changed the look a lot. I think I'm gonna go in the cracks with this for sure, and maybe let a little of it spill out onto the rocks themselves. All right, we have made it to the end. This is what we're working with. I'm actually really happy with it, guys. Like, it definitely doesn't look like his, but I don't know, it's unique and I like it. So now it's time to add the grass. I have 2 shades of grass here, and he did say to mix multiple shades to make it more realistic. I also have a little bit of moss here. I'm gonna go ahead and just follow the tutorial and use the 2 different types of grass, and then if I feel like it still needs a little something, I might try to use some of the moss in between the cracks. But let's just start. So I have a bowl. I'm going to take my 2 different grasses. These look almost the same, but they're not. Okay, I really don't need a whole lot. I always put way too much, like even that was too much. All right. I have some school glue, and he said to add a little bit of water to it. I never usually add water, but I'm just gonna do what the guy says and add some water. Take a brush that I do not care about and add a little bit of water to the glue. So I think I actually want to cover most of the dirt in grass because, oh shoot, that's like pure water. I didn't mix it well enough, I guess. I want to cover most of my dirt because I'm not crazy about the way that the dirt came out, honestly.
I still want you to be able to see that there's dirt, you know, but I don't necessarily want it to show a whole lot. Okay, that looks good. I'll do a little bit along the outside.
All right, I'm gonna stop right there and try to get some of this on and see if it actually sticks, because like I said, okay, oh my god, it's sticking. Okay, Okay. Ooh, okay. Definitely need to put some more grass. Just like a little gentle boop, 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 boop. Okay. Just so that, all right, now shake it off. Okay, that's so much better. Oh, I really like this base, you guys. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do my other ones, and I might try to add a little bit of moss. That process is just gonna be the exact same, except I'm going to focus on little random bits in between the cobblestones and just stick a little bit of moss on there. But yeah, this is what we've got going on so far. All right. All right, guys, here is the final result. The rim that I just painted around the edge is still kind of wet, so I'm gonna try not to grab at it. But this is the final result. I'm so happy with it. I really liked that tutorial. I felt it was pretty simple to follow. My base looks absolutely nothing like his, but I'm still really happy with the result, and I will be doing my full crew with these bases, so it's probably just going to get easier and easier to replicate this look from here now that I've got the first 3 down. Again, I will link that video in the what's it called, the down bar of this video, so you can check that out. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.